Yeah, but I'm just going to. And we greet you tonight from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, Harold Highshober Field, where we have a matchup between the Atlantic Shores Seahawks and the Blue Ridge Barons. Atlantic Shores with a record of 5-1 overall, taking on the Barons of Blue Ridge, who come in with a mark of 4-1 overall. Our broadcast tonight is presented by Chicho's Pizza. Matt Hatfield here with you. We got Jack Lowe, our producer, engineer, Marissa on camera. Thanks to Garrett, Nick, Chuck, and the whole team here at Hometown Sports Productions as we are about to get underway with the Blue Ridge Barons wearing the silver helmets and the white jerseys, taking on this Atlantic Shores team. Kicked off, and the Seahawks field the opening kickoff, and they'll be dragged down. Chris Higgins, who was the Chicho's Pizza Football Player of the Week just a couple of weeks ago, he's tackled by Corey Shorts, a speedy sophomore outside linebacker edge player for the Barons of Blue Ridge, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 here for Atlantic Shores to begin this football game from their own 25-yard line. After that Higgins kickoff return. So we'll see what's in the offering here for Coach Wayne Lance's team as they set up shop here. Low snap, Micah Lance, the quarterback's going to get it, and he's going to run into a wall. It's actually going to be just one big defender wearing number 19 for the Blue Ridge Barons, and that is Demetrius Allen, junior middle linebacker. He's one of the players that, in fact, speaking with Coach Wayne Lance of Atlantic Shores before the game, was certainly going to be concerned about. And they lose a few yards on that play as they'll be backed up to their own 22. Back to throw is Micah Lance. His pass is incomplete, nearly picked. So the first toss of the night for Lance is off the mark. Coming into tonight, Micah Lance, 99 of 152 for 1,371 yards and 23 touchdowns, along with 7 interceptions. Chris Higgins with 38 receptions for 542 yards and 11 scores. For Blue Ridge on the ground, keep an eye on Malachi Terrell and Darius Stafford tonight. Those are two of the big playmakers for them. Blue Ridge has had some roster changes, I understand, in recent weeks as far as jersey numbers go. So we'll give you what we have tonight. And that pass is going to be, it looks like it is intercepted by number 22 at the 29-yard line of Atlantic Shores. And we don't have a 22 on our roster sheet, wouldn't you know, just as I was telling you about the jersey number changes. We'll try to find that out for you and sniff it out, but there's not one currently on their online or up here. So we'll try to find maybe a Blue Ridge assistant we can locate that can give us that information up here in the box. Hopefully that can provide that. Or if somebody out there is watching on our stream, send us a note on our chat. We appreciate your help if you can let us know if you know who that youngster is for Blue Ridge, because there's not a 22 on the roster that was supplied to us. Wouldn't you know? So 1st and 10 with 11:05 to go. And there's a fumble as the pitch is going to be picked up by Atlantic Shores, and on the run are the Seahawks in the Blue Ridge territory. That's going to be scooped up by double nickel 55 for Atlantic Shores, Nathaniel McDonald, the William & Mary commit, who came into tonight with 7 sacks. And a turnover right out of the gate for Blue Ridge on their first play from scrimmage. Looked like he fumbled it right at about the 30 on that pitch. Couldn't handle it. So the Seahawks get a second possession now at the 10:56 mark from the 45-yard line of the Barons. Handoff for a few as 22 as well as number 2 Talik Montgomery on that stop of Jack Weaver who has been the workhorse more nights than not for the Seahawks. He picks up 2 yards to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 43. Completion, it's going to move the sticks for Atlantic Shores on an inside pattern, as that is hauled in by number 6 for Atlantic Shores, Joshua Sibley. And Sibley gets enough for the first down to about the 32-yard line, pickup of 11. Handoff to Weaver up the middle. And the Blue Ridge defensive front will be firm here on this play. Stop, teaming up on that stop for Blue Ridge was Talik Montgomery and number 52, Sebastian Habeek. Pass is deflected and incomplete. Good job in coverage for number 9, Xavier Terrell. So understanding one of the booths adjacent to us, they did not have a number 22 name. So anybody out there, if you know who 22 is, that mystery man, we'd love to know. 3rd and 10 after that incomplete pass. Lance opening up 1 of 4, 11 yards to the air. And that time the edge rusher jumped offsides encroachment, as you see coming off that edge. Trying to disrupt the mesh point and use his speed is Corey Shorts. A class of 2026 talent. For Blue Ridge. There's our first penalty of the night. Moved up to about the 27-yard line now. Lance throws to the right side. It's going to be incomplete. In the direction where a couple of white shirts with the silver helmets trying to dive and get a takeaway was number 9, Xavier Terrell, senior free safety. And this is probably 4-down territory for Coach Wayne Lance to go for it here. And that they're going to do for 4th and 5 from the 27. Dropping back to throw is Lance. He's got our open receiver. It's going to be Sibley who hauls it in, and he's going to spin his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 27-yard connection from Micah Lance to Joshua Sibley. It's Micah Lance's 24th touchdown pass of the year as the sophomore wideout hauls it in for the Seahawks. The 5'9", 185-pound athlete getting the job done. Second catch of the night for Sibley. And the 4th down conversion, it works for Coach Wayne Lance. Extra point now coming up for Griffin Weaver. And it's going to be through the uprights, and we're good. 7-0 is our count. Seahawks lead the Barons of Blue Ridge. Let's hear from our title sponsor tonight, Chicho's Pizza. proud sponsor of our Player of the Week with the On the Hash with Hatfield podcast every week on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. Seen also on Twitter or X at 757 Sports Talk, on Facebook on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex page there, virginiapreps.com, posting it every week, along with our Field Hockey podcast every week, and 757 Saturday Sports Talk, which we'll have for you coming up tomorrow with yours truly, Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young. Seahawks of Atlantic Shores on their second possession after the turnover. They had a pass intercepted by Blue Ridge's defense, number 22, who we're still waiting to find out who that is. Oh, good work there. Fantastic job. It's going to be Savion Camano, it looks like, the Teaneck, New Jersey native. Savion Camano. So we will put some extra zeros in the paycheck for our man Jack Lowe for getting that done for us, finding out the research. And he'll pass it on, I think, to our booth at the end there. And the public address announcer. So good work by Jack to find that out. Doing the research and the homework. Even though people up here in the booth that are attached to Blue Ridge, I don't laugh in a mean-spirited way. I just find it comical. Some of them didn't even know who the player was. But we were able to discover it. Our hardworking team behind the scenes. We've got a great group of people between Marissa and Jack and Nick and Garrett and our head honcho, Mr. Chuck Thornton. We thank all of them in Hometown Sports Productions for allowing us to bring you this broadcast each and every week here with Atlantic Shores football. Seahawks trying to move their record to 6-1 on the year. Blue Ridge with its second possession. They're 4-1 coming into tonight, and they have good field position at their own 40-yard line. Here they are. First pass is going to be complete. Left side, as that was a connection with their quarterback, number 6, Paul Klobberdons, finding Elliot Nahan. And for the Seahawks, that was Levi Belford with the tackle. 10-yard pickup, just enough for the first down. And now the run play is going to get minimal yardage, actually nothing. No gain on that run play. Cody Batson on that stuff. So nothing working on that handoff. As they give it to Terrell. So far, he's yet to pick up positive yardage. 2nd and 10, the little stop route in the slot. It's going to be caught. And on the move, getting by a couple of tacklers, it's going to be DeMaio Hunter. DeMaio Hunter, whose older brother Diego played at Eastern View High School, then went to Towson. And we see DeMaio showing off his ability in the open field as the 6-foot-tall, 173-pound junior. Shows what he's made of until Levi Belford finally brings him down. Klobberdons, his first 2 completions, mighty good ones. And now it's at the 10-yard line after that 40-yard pickup for DeMaio Hunter. It's a name to watch out for. Very talented athlete. Watch him in warm-ups. He's impressive. Now here's the quarterback keeper. I guess it's going to be a wildcat direct snap, if you will, with Hunter. He's going to run it to the left side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. Levi Belford again on the stop. He's already got 3 or 4 tackles tonight for the Seahawks. Big fumble recovery for Nathaniel McDonald on that second possession of the game. First for Blue Ridge. 2nd and goal from the 5. They fake the jet sweep handoff and then running into a couple of black shirts for Atlantic Shores. It's going to be Hunter going just about nowhere. Only about a yard he gets. Teaming in on that stop for Atlantic Shores, you had Barrett Hester on the stop for the Seahawks. And now there's a 54 that's missing on our roster sheet, which has both me and the public address announcer for Atlantic Shores wondering what just happened here. About a yard on that run, and then the toss to Terrell. He's going to try to break a tackle. Now we've got a flag on the play. This could be a hold. So the option pitch. If this stands, it'd be 4th and goal from the 5. And a hold's going to back him up, so it's not going to stand at all. So push them back 10 yards. So 15 penalty yards already for Blue Ridge. Keep it on that left side with 72 and 56 for Blue Ridge.
Reception on the right-hand side. After some fancy footwork, he's pulled down by number 72, Patrick Linton. Gain of about 6 on the play. 3rd and 3.
All right, we think we are back with you here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. It was a very trying moment there as we encountered some technological issues that would send you over the deep end if you're an ordinary person, but we held it together as best we could. So here we are. And what you missed during that sequence was Atlantic Shores got the football back. They ended up going almost 3 and out. They did get one first down. Jack Weaver ran the football, and then an interception happened where Elijah Taylor, number 17 for Blue Ridge, picked off the pass. About a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9, it was a 6-yard pickup for DeMaio Hunter, and now we have a penalty to get you caught up to speed. These stats will be very unofficial tonight. And that penalty is going to push the Blue Ridge Barons back to their own 41-yard line. So we do apologize for that. Sometimes technical snafus do occur. I know there's a lot of fans that were wanting to get back with us. So we thank you out there. We did see your comments there. Wixa Sapa and Gene Calhoun, everybody out there watching, and all the viewers out there. We were efforting our best. So here we are with 3rd and long for the Barons, trailing this one 7-0. It's going to be a quick throw to the left side. It's going to be complete. Caught by number 11, Tristan Fitzpatrick, but he's not going to get much at all. It'll pretty much be a no gain.
Well defended by number 7, Blaine Foley.
Blaine Foley doing a good job out there on the outside in coverage.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Barons.
So 4th down here, and punting time coming up for Blue Ridge from their own 41-yard line.
Back to kick for the Barons, number 7, Elliot Nahan.
Elliot Nahan is back to kick it for Blue Ridge. Gets the snap, booms it away. And Atlantic Shores will watch it take a couple of hops and be down at about the 21-yard line.
Nice kick, and the ball
So Seahawks with their 3rd possession at their own 21 with 2:44 to go in the opening stanza.
21-yard line, 2 minutes 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Statistically, it's not been a thing of beauty for Atlantic Shores in this period. I think they've only got about, let's say, 47 yards of offense. But in the case of Blue Ridge, they've got a little more unofficially here with 62 and no points to show for it. So here we go. Handoff to the left side and nowhere to run for Jack Weaver, who is dropped for a loss by the Blue Ridge defense. Getting to the outside was Elijah Taylor along with Savion Camano. Who had the INT earlier for Blue Ridge. A class of 2025 listed as a free safety. Been playing down in the box tonight a lot at linebacker and coming off the edge. They've moved him around. Micah Lance looks to the right, and that one got, I think, tipped. He got deflected. It might have been tipped. I have to watch it back by Corey Shorts. So after a 2-yard loss, an incomplete pass bringing up 3rd and long now for the Seahawks of Atlantic Shores, who, if you're just joining us last year, very big win for Wayne Lance's team over this Blue Ridge squad by a 43-34 count. High-scoring affair it was. And Michael Lance threw for 172 yards, 8 completions in that game. Lance looking down the field. He's got a man. It's Chris Higgins, a.k.a. Napoleon Dynamite, and that's a dynamite play all the way down inside the 30. We call him Napoleon Dynamite because he has the look-alike, which he told us a couple weeks back after that comeback versus NSA. So boom, just like that, Atlantic Shores hits the big play with Chris Higgins. His first catch will go for 52 tonight. And that puts Lance at 90 yards through the air. Hand off to Jack Weaver. He waits patiently for his blocks, and he's going to eventually get stopped at around the 26-yard line. No, it looks like he fell forward for a couple more, rather. Actually, he might have had the ball pop out, fumbled, and it's eventually recovered by his teammate, Cody Batts. Now, they actually gave him forward progress on that. So he got to about the 26 on the run.
Gain about 7 on the play. 2nd and 3.
Up the middle to the 22-yard line, where it's Montgomery again on that stop. Give Weaver a couple more.
3rd and 2.
It's about 3rd and 2 now from the 22. We'll see what kind of push they get from that interior O-line for the Seahawks. Those guards, Ezekiel Ikong. And big 64, Isaac Cohen, very key to this effort as Weaver will try to knife his way forward towards the first down marker, but he's going to be about a yard short. Montgomery again playing big against the run, and now it's the end of the first quarter and decision time when we come back for Coach Wayne Lance. We'll step aside here from a couple of our sponsors at the Plex, including the Drip Bar.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar, IV hydration and vitamin therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
And we're back here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, 1 quarter in the books. Atlantic Shore 7, Blue Ridge nothing. Huge 4th and 1 coming up for the Seahawks of Atlantic Shore. You just heard from one of our sponsors, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. Delicious cook to order. Double steak burger and crispy shoestring fries, along with their signature turtle sundae. 4th and 1, going shotgun with Michael Lance at quarterback. Probably going to hand this thing off, though, or see if they can draw Blue Ridge off sides with this 7-0 lead. They got on the scoreboard with a 4th down touchdown pass from 27 yards out. Michael Lance to Josh Sibley on a 4th and 5 earlier where they go for the end zone on 4th down. It's been working for them tonight. They hand it off to Weaver. It's going to get close to the mark, but I don't think he got it. It looks like he was stopped, and in on that stop for Blue Ridge was Corey Shorts, along with Montgomery flanking him by the side, and they keep him from getting the first down. So 1 of 2 tonight on 4th downs for Atlantic Shores, and Blue Ridge will have it at about the 20-yard line. Now, what's interesting about this is, if you're watching from home or wherever you may be tuning in, you say it was 4th and 1 from the 21. The ball is marked at the 20. How did he not get the first down? They didn't measure it. Go figure, right? But it looks like it's close to about the 21. In fact, I think the officials on the near side here has got his foot at about the 21. And technically the first down marker is at the 31. So you could say it's really starting at the 21-yard line. But it looks like it's close to the 20. You thought that might have constituted a measurement, at the very least. And I think he was short, but I'm a little surprised they didn't measure. Handoff to Malachi Terrell, who's going to be dropped by Cody Batts for a short gain. In fact, I just saw a measurement last night at John B. Todd Stadium in Newport News, high school football game on the peninsula between the Hampton Crabbers, as that pass is complete, and the Menchville Monarchs, who proved victorious over the Hampton Crabbers. That pass is caught by number 88 for Blue Ridge, Leonardo Figueroa Torres.
Leonardo Torres on the reception, tackle made by number 4, Cody Batts. Gain of 3.
Give him 3. And then we've got a whistle.
Flag on the play.
Before the 4th and 5 from about the 25. Excuse me, 3rd and 5 from about the 25. So we're going to go back to about the 21, 20-yard line anyways here. It'll be at the 20. Well, we'll say 21, right where we started. Menchville won that game over Hampton last night, 28-24. There was a measurement on a key 4th and 1 play where Menchville got stuffed, gave the ball back to Hampton. Hampton fumbled 3 plays later, and Menchville ran out the clock to get the win. Interview we'll have on our 757 Saturday Sports Talk podcast, as that's going to be caught and then fumbled out of bounds. A lot of loose pigskins tonight. The ball's just hopping around everywhere. And I think he fumbled it forward. He's making the stats tonight extremely tricky. I will tell you that. Got to about the 27. Complete on 4th down. There's Hunter on the inside slant, and he's dragging defenders with him to the 45. Finally going to be wrapped up at about the 42-yard line. So Blue Ridge says, all right, you go for 4th down. We'll do it from our own end. How daring was that? 4th and 5 from about their own, not even maybe 5 yards, about 4th and 4 from about the 27. And they complete it to the 45-yard line. Give Hunter 28. Probably got more than that, to be honest with you. Trying to get to the outside. Very little before Cody Batts eventually drags down number 15, Noah Thomas Anderson. I think that was a new quarterback, not... No, that was 15. That was indeed 15, I believe. 15 is in there. Noah Thomas Anderson. And Noah Thomas Anderson, after getting a couple yards, will run again. A couple of Seahawks in on that, including Levi Belford. Quick screen. That's going to be enough for the first down as Noah Thomas Anderson has come in. And he got the chains moving here. Pickup of about 11. And off to the races, Malachi Terrell, but there is a flag on the play. So this could be coming back.
Nice run on the right-hand side by Malachi Terrell. Brought down just shy of the goal line, but there's a flag on the play.
And it does look like they're going backwards here with a hold. That was the best gainer of the night for Malachi Terrell. Talented young man who began his high school career at Culpeper. All-state performer.
10-yard penalty for the point of infraction.
17.5 yards per carry in a game just a week ago. The hold's going to bring him back to about the, looks like we're at the 24-yard line. We get a timeout for Atlantic Shores. Wayne Lance wants to talk it over with his defense, and we'll take one as well and come back with this key first down and long play with 8:51 to go in our first half.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Return from the timeout, the commercial break and the timeout. And it looked like they were initially pointing that it was on Atlantic Shores. Defense not set. This would be the first, I think, accepted penalty on the Seahawks. And they're running for the hills across the way. Look at the kids running all over the place. See them in the background? All right, so that's a 5-yard penalty on the Seahawks. It's up to the 19-yard line now. Too many men. They weren't set. Low snap. Here's Noah Thomas Anderson. Back to the screen man. And that's the second catch on this drive for number 3, Cameron Martin. Levi Belford, who's got to be up to 7 or 8 tackles tonight, up to about the 18-yard line. Terrell with the run. Didn't get anything on that carry. And that pass is going to be low, incomplete, as he couldn't get the screen connected there.
Florida Axis pass intended for Fletcher. Ball's incomplete. 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 now to that 6-yard completion. 2 plays that gain nada, zilch. Noah Thomas Anderson looks for the end zone. It's going to be overthrown and out of the back of the end zone with 7:41 to go in our second period. Pass along some scores here in a little bit here tonight as it's 4th down and decision time for Blue Ridge, which had a big conversion earlier thanks to DeMaio Hunter on 4th down. Looks like they're going to try a field goal. Kicker is going to be Dylan Schloppy. Hoping it's not sloppy. And there's a flag as soon as he kicks it through the uprights.
Field goal from Dylan Schloppy was good.
We'll see if this 35-yard field goal will stand for Schloppy. The 6'3 senior, pretty tall kicker.
Bears will hold for full start. Fisher will back ball at 5 yards.
False starts. They got to re-kick this, the Schloppy. And I'm sure Coach Clint Alexander is going to do just that.
40-yard field goal attempt for Schloppy.
And that one's blocked. Atlantic Shore's got a piece of it. Looked like McDonald did as it just rolls into the end zone. So a 35-yard gets wiped off the board, and then the kick gets blocked by McDonald with 7:28 to go in our second quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with the next Atlantic Shores possession right here on BeachSportsFlex.com. So we're back here. Seahawks take over at their own 20 after the Nathaniel McDonald blocked field goal with 7:28 to go in the half. I know our score bug is saying first, but we'll get that hopefully fixed from the crew over in one of the boxes near us in the press area. It's going to be a completion with Micah Lance finding his near side receiver, and that is none other than number 7 for the Seahawks, Blaine Foley. And Blaine picks up 9 yards to bring up 2nd and 1. Handoff up the middle, and look at the Blue Ridge defense making a big play. What a hard hit from Demetrius Allen, who brings the wood when he makes a stop. Corey Short's 20 right there next to him. Weaver barely got the first down. By just a hair. It's been hard for Atlantic Shores to run the football tonight on this Blue Ridge defensive front. Hand off to Weaver, a little stretch play as he gets to the outside, and that's going to be a first down run. His best of the night, longest carry of the evening for 12 yards. Able to get some outside movement.
First down.
Private school score for your second quarter. Catholic leads Norfolk Christian 14-0. A couple of touchdowns from Seth Burnham. Cox in front of Lansdowne 14-12 in the Beach with 5 minutes till halftime. Tallwood shutting out First Colonial 28-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Warhill on top of Grafton 14-6 in the second period. Warwick on top of Woodside 21-0 early second quarter. Grasswood and Hickory are tied at 7 midway through the second quarter. Kings Fork leading Lakeland 29-6 late in the first quarter. Encroachment penalty there for the Blue Ridge Barons. So 5 yards closer are the Seahawks, and they'll take it gladly from the 48-yard line. Quick screen to the Shores side of the field. And Corey Williams hauls that in. Demetrius Allen and Corey Shorts once again 19-20, that combination. And Corey Williams gets about 2, maybe 3 yards on that play. From the 50, Jack Weaver runs into a couple of Blue Ridge Barons. At first it was Montgomery, and now he's going to be dragged all the way backwards. I'm a little surprised there was not a flag. That might have been a tad excessive for big number 52, Sebastian Ribick. He did lose a yard, so Sebastian Ribick, I think I butchered his name earlier. We do apologize for the 6'2", 235-pound senior lineman who probably could put me in a wrestling hold or an arm lock, headlock, and make me feel it for a couple of days. And now we've got movement on the Seahawks' false start. So second penalty of the night. Haven't been as sloppy in terms of the penalties. They had some issues early against Nancy Suffolk Academy, even at times here and there against North Cross. But now looking at a 3rd and long, they got that big stand thanks to McDonald blocking the field goal. And this is a crucial 3rd and, we'll call it, 8 yards from their own 44. So we've hit 5:31 to go in our first half. Michael Lance looking down the field. Lofts it up, and it's going to be tipped a few times and intercepted by number 33 for Blue Ridge, Isaac Dolo. And Isaac Dolo goes with Elijah Taylor and Savion Camano, all nabbing interceptions in this first half. I understand it's Isaac, not Isaac Dolo. So Michael Lance, 7 interceptions in the first 6 games total. He's got 3 with 5 minutes to go in the half, as the Seahawks have had some giveaways, and that was a one-on-one opportunity that they like, but Dolo played it well. Wasn't a great throw, but it was just a really good play by the defense more than anything. So Blue Ridge has it at about their own 42 with 5:12 working in this first half. Deep shot, and they're going to capitalize. Down the field goes Martin. Touchdown. Blue Ridge strikes with a bomb with 5:02 until the half. $58 yards. And that was Paul Klubernitz who came back in for Blue Ridge. Paul Klubernitz with a huge completion. $144 yards to the air, and Martin has 3 grabs for 69 yards and a touchdown. However, the PAT will leave it 7-6. Atlantic Shores clinging to a 1-point lead. We'll step aside and come back with the kickoff here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel.
Every year, Thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Apologies on that math that was not great for me tonight. 3 catches now for 75 yards and a touchdown for Cameron Martin, as it was a 58-yard scoring strike. I got dyslexic for a second there. It was actually a 58-yard TD, not a 52-yarder. As Paul Klubernitz is able to find Cameron Martin. So here comes the kickoff for Blue Ridge with 5:02 to go in the second quarter in this VISAA football matchup. Atlantic Shore 7, Blue Ridge 6. We thank you for tuning in on our streaming channel, beachsportsplex.com. Matt Hatfield here with you on the call as the Barons are aiming to get to 5-1. The winner of this game pretty much has the inside track on the number 2 seed for VISAA Division II football action. North Cross is the top seed at the moment. Going to be kicked and caught right around the 1-yard line from the Seahawks is Corey Williams, who picks up maybe 11 on that return. And Atlantic Shores will start at its own 12-yard line. So 4:58 to redeem themselves. You know, Michael Lance wants to do that after that interception, get the bad taste out of his mouth. Began with the football, so Blue Ridge gets it to start the second half. Norfolk Academy leading Nansemond Suffolk 33-7 at the half, as they're having a heck of a season in a couple of different sports. Field hockey team ranked number 1 in the country right now by Max Preps, and football team doing a really good job under Steve Moniger. How about Jack Weaver, the job he's doing running up the middle. Slices through that defense like a knife through butter. And that interior O-line we talked about with Cohen at the guard spot, and you got some other guys like Ezekiel Kong opening up holes as Weaver rolls all the way to the 27, pick up a 15. They give it back to the hot back, and that's Weaver. He's going to muscle his way forward to about the 34-yard line. 7 yards more. You know, Blue Ridge does not go with a lot of quick pace. Atlantic Shores will go more up-tempo of these two teams. Patrick Linton, the center here, helping get some push along with Cohen and Ikong. Your guards for Atlantic Shores, your tackles, of course. You got Nathaniel McDonald at 1 tackle. The William and Mary commit. Anchor in your left side, Barrett Hester at your right tackle. It's going to be a short completion. Did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. Did not haul it in. Corey Williams, I think, trapped that one. So unofficially, we've got Lance 5 of 13 tonight. And this brings up a key 3rd and 3 from the 34. Seahawks have had a little more success on 4th down than 3rd down, as they actually have their only touchdown tonight on 4th down. So what to do here on this 3rd and 3? You can expect probably something through the air, as they've got pairs, 2 receivers to each side. They fake the handoff. Lance tries to keep it, and he's got nowhere to run, and he has stood up. That defense once again. Good job by Corey Shorts. Lance actually loses a yard, and they'll punt it away here on 4th and 4. This is where they need that complementary rushing option. They've had that at times with Michael Lance extending plays with his feet. A season ago, Emmanuel Williams brought them that. More of the speed option, if you will. And it'll be a timeout. Blue Ridge with 3:20 to go. Set to get the football back here, and we'll step aside and hear from John's Tax Services.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
John's Tax Services and JPM Financial, they've been a community supporter of local youth sports for many years. They provide tax preparation and retirement planning services, serving Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. They're the best thanks to you. Understand in the Southeastern District right now, it is a good one between Nansemond River and Indian River. The Warriors of Nansemond River lead at 21-10 in that ball game. Game that has implications for both Region 5A with Indian River on the outside looking in and Nansemond River in 5B. High snap, and the punt's going to be blocked. Montgomery blocks it and able to scoop it up quickly to prevent total disaster for Atlantic Shores was the punter and a Kong, but Talik Montgomery blocking the punt. So we've seen a field goal get blocked. We've seen a punt block. We've already seen 4 takeaways in this game tonight, 3 by Blue Ridge. And with Talik Montgomery blocking that punt, now Blue Ridge has great field position. Front 7 is really doing a wonderful job for Blue Ridge tonight defensively. I know Weaver dripped off a couple of nice runs, but they've helped swing this game. Been very disruptive. Second quarter has not always been kind to Atlantic Shores this year. Remember, Nansemond Suffolk got the lead on them in that game after jumping out in front. There's Malachi Terrell able to spin away from one defender, and then he gets brought down by the combination of Cody Batts and Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson had a huge game in last year's matchup. Got about 4 on that run. I think they initially thought it was 5, but we're going to call it 2nd and 6 from the 12 for Malachi Terrell. He's one of the better running backs in Central Virginia. Terrell runs to his right. Going to be dragged down, looking like number 72, diving for him, Patrick Linton. We'll see if that big Blue Ridge O-line. Now there's a man that's going to be hobbling off. That's actually Terrell, the ball carrier. Oh, and that's not a good sign if you're a fan of the Barons. As he'll be checked on, he ends up getting brought down at about the 11. So while Malachi Terrell gets looked at, we will hear from one of our sponsors at the Plex and come back with an update on his status. So Malachi Terrell is able to get up under his own power. There's maybe a slight limp, but I think he's all right. Nothing too serious. Year 2 for Blue Ridge under Coach Clint Alexander. Looking for a real springboard win here tonight. They'll hand it off to their complimentary back, and he's got nowhere to go. Batts along with number 72 in on that stop, Patrick Linton, as it was Darius Stafford. We mentioned him being one of the key rushing options along with Malachi Terrell. And he got, I think he got maybe 1 yard on that. We'll give him a yard to bring up 4th and 2. Got about half a yard, so that's kind of like a yard. Again, some of the yard markers a little difficult to see with it being a soccer turf field here. See that area where it's the shooter's circle, if you will. Men in motion for the Barons. DeMaio Hunter almost mishandled the snap. He pitches it out and able to avoid a couple tacklers and dive his way into the end zone. Making something out of nothing was Darius Stafford. So on 4th and 2, Blue Ridge gets an 8-yard touchdown run from Darius Stafford as the 5'7", 160-pound junior tailback coming off the bench to complement Terrell puts them in the lead for the first time tonight. And Blue Ridge is lining up to go for 2, it does appear. Rolling to the right. It's going to be incomplete as the pass by Hunter was out of the reach, so we'll step aside. 12-7, Blue Ridge leads Atlantic Shores by 5 points with 1:27 until the intermission break right here on our streaming channel, beachsportsplex.com, and our YouTube page. Seven 821-7800. Give them a call at Zoop Eatery, or if you're in the Hampton Roads area, it's 757, the heart of Virginia Beach. Stop on in. They let you build the perfect box lunch, and it's always a good time for soup, getting closer to the wintertime. Kickoff, the ensuing one, after Blue Ridge's touchdown on 4th down. And a trio of Blue Ridge white jerseys are able to stop Corey Williams, the return man, one of which is number 22, Savion Camano, who had that interception early in our ball game. First takeaway of the night. And then the Seahawks sprung with McDonald getting a fumble recovery. He has a blocked field goal as well. Otherwise, this would be a 15-7 lead for Blue Ridge. So special teams has had an effect in this ball game. Moments ago, Darius Stafford with the 8-yard TD run. And really, where Atlantic Shores has been strong all year long, the offensive and defensive lines, I think Blue Ridge has had the edge tonight. I wouldn't say it's a totally decisive edge, but it's enough to help them grab an advantage. Now, can the Seahawks spring for a big play to give them a scoring opportunity or momentum before the break? We're about to find out from their own 17-yard line. Check that, their own 18 it'll be. Handoff. Jack Weaver, very little running room as he was brought down once again by Demetrius Allen, who, for my money, would be a player of the game candidate here as we approach halftime. He's been everywhere defensively. 3 yards on the pickup for Weaver to bring up 2nd and 7. Driving back to throw is Lance over the middle, incomplete. And there will be a late pass interference flag. There was contact there as Montgomery was covering the intended target, Blaine Foley. Now, I will tell you what would bother me if I'm Blue Ridge, that the official threw that from this sideline here, as opposed to one on the other side who had a better angle of that. But I do think it was the right call. I think it was contact. Doesn't always have to be catchable if there's noticeable contact like that, because it was not a ball that I would deem catchable at that spot. So the infraction will be a 15-yarder up to the 36. Blue Ridge now with 7 flags, not 17. 17 would be like a record or something. Up to the 36-yard line. Shotgun snap is pulled in by Lance over the middle, tipped and almost picked, and trying to get that off the ricochet He was trying to get to Jack Weaver, but Blue Ridge had some speedy defenders trying to get in the vicinity and step up and make a play. Larry Smith was one of them back at that strong safety spot. We do have a yellow hanky on the field. It didn't come out of my pocket. It came out of one of the referees, and they're going to say it was a personal foul.
Barron's called for personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer penalty. It's an automatic first down, and those two 15-yarders, Blue Ridge has 76 yards in flags tonight. Not as much as what they have through the air passing, but it's definitely a disturbing total if you're Coach Clint Alexander. And we have a flag now at the 49. And it's going to be a false start, so it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 46 for Atlantic Shores.
Handball foul. Seahawks called for false start. 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15.
Lance gets pressured as he throws. Almost picked by Montgomery as he jumps up. Had a little bit of a advantage there against the intended target, Joshua Sibley. And right now, the passing game is just not in a great rhythm for Atlantic Shores with 31 seconds to go in the half. Snap is low. Pass is complete to the sideline here. There's going to be a late flag as that bumped into a young man on crutches for Atlantic Shores. That was Chris Higgins making the catch. You see Malcolm Forbes not in uniform tonight. That late hit, they're going to put it at about the 46, I think, and then a 15-yard. It could be another personal foul. Blue Ridge not keeping its composure here, unfortunately for them, but Atlantic Shores is saying, thank you very much, we have a chance to maybe get a score. So it'll be an 8-yard completion to Higgins.
Barron's called for a personal foul. They added another 15 yards to the play.
109 yards passing tonight for Atlantic Shores. Blue Ridge at about 150 plus. We'll try to add it up around halftime for you. 1st and 10 from 31 with 25 ticks. Going deep for Higgins. One-on-one, and he's going to make the catch in front of the safety, and it's a touchdown for the Seahawks to put them back in the lead with 18 ticks until intermission. Chris Higgins, the go-to guy, steps up. Put it right where it needed to be for the jump ball opportunity, and Lance and Higgins connect. It's Micah Lance's latest touchdown strike, 25th of the year, and for Higgins, his 12th TD catch of the season. Now an extra point away from going up 2 with Griffin Weaver on to kick that PAT. Oh, it's going to be a fake. Lance throws it. And the receiver falls down, but it might have been a PI. I think it was interference, as you see number 9 for Blue Ridge. Now doing a little bit of a shake there. I think he was Deion Sanders for a second there. Colorado and Stanford has not started just yet. It'll be going on later tonight for those that love the Pac-12 football. But I think they're going to catch number 9 there, Xavier Terrell. Ten penalties for 95 yards now. So now you can line up if you want. I tell you what, from the 1-yard line, I would sneak this thing. I really would. 3 penalties on that possession, aiding Atlantic Shores. Timeout, Atlantic Shores. We'll take 1-2 and hear from DQ.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall.
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back.
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved. DQ. Happy tastes good.
So timeout here with 18 ticks to go in our first half. You heard from Dairy Queen. Grill and chill. It's not fast food, it's fan food. It's located here in the Lancetown section of Virginia Beach, right near the Sportsplex. Every day is sweet when they're serving you Blizzard treats like M&M's, Snickerdoodle cookie dough, Reese's, and Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being fans all these years, says Dairy Queen. Download the app, go to dq.com for much more. One of our proud partners here of youth activities, high school sports, and local sporting events in general. At the Plex, you see right there behind the goalpost, the old Lucky Oyster party deck. Kids and families having a good old time tonight. Friday night football in October. Lance will roll to the right for the two-point conversion. Chris Higgins will catch it. However, it's going to be out of bounds, so it won't stand. It'll be a stop for Blue Ridge, which trails at 13-12 with 18 ticks until the break. With a quick timeout, and we'll It's One Life, One Inspired Life. They're here to help start your new membership today at any one of the 8 convenient locations across Hampton Roads, and go online to onelifefitness.com and find out more, whether you live in the 757 area code or you're just watching online somewhere. Get fit with One Life and claim your free trial pass when you go to onelifefitness.com. Touchdown for Atlantic Shores from Micah Lance to Chris Higgins. He had an earlier touchdown strike to Joshua Sibley, so 2 TDs tonight, 140 yards to the air as Lance has overcome 3 interceptions, and they lead Blue Ridge by a point as the Barons will receive this kickoff. I believe that is Camino going down the sideline. He's got room to go. He's finally tripped up inside the 40. Beg your pardon, it's not Camino. It is actually Darius Stafford. And what a return for Darius Stafford. At the 39-yard line of Atlantic Shores. Caught it at about the 9-yard line. Going back and watching the replay. Back to throw. It's going to be picked by Chris Higgins. Playing center field, and he's thinking about going the other way. He'll eventually get tackled at around the 37-yard line. That'll end the half. And we'll go to the break after Clobbernuts is intercepted for the first time this evening by Chris Higgins. 5 turnovers, a blocked field goal, a blocked punt, a long kickoff return from Darius Stafford as he took it back 52 yards, not to the house, and then we got a pick to end the half. We've got some scores coming your way in a little bit, but we'll hear from some of our sponsors as it is Atlantic Shores clinging to a 13-12 lead on Blue Ridge in VISAA football. Right here online with the folks from Hometown Sports Productions at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
Jeffrey gets the snap, looking right. Going to throw a bomb to Jordan Cooper. Can he make up for it? Yes, he does.
See Maziel. Drops back. Short pass out to his left. Cards. Maziel fakes the handoff. Looking deep to the end zone. Touchdown.
Sportsplex presented by Doubletree of Hilton. There goes Curtis Green. Green on his way to the 30. Action, looking to throw it deep. Lays it out there, looking for Gillum. Pass is caught.
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not? Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You alright?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it. 22. 22. Delay a game, number 30.
Hey. I need that senior discount. That's the game.
Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
All right, let's get through some halftime scores for you around the state of Virginia, and then we'll also give you some stats for Atlantic Shores and Blue Ridge, and then we'll take another timeout. It's 13-12. The Seahawks lead the Barons of Blue Ridge. Halftime scores around the Commonwealth of Virginia. If you want to see a whole bunch of them around the state, VirginiaPreps.com has you covered. Big game out in Lynchburg tonight. Jefferson Forest leads EC Glass 7-0. And a big thanks to our man Pizza, the VA Preps Hall of Famer, for posting these 134 yards of offense at the half for the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers, just 34 for the Hilltoppers of EC Glass. Spotswood and Harrisonburg did like that 7. Back here in Virginia Beach, though, Salem leading Kempsville 7-0. Doing so with a new quarterback because their starter, Jason Scooter Williams, got injured. Halftime, Norfolk Academy leads Nansman Suffolk Academy 33-7, as I think we mentioned a little while ago. Middlesex on top of Charles City 14-0. Central Woodstock leading Madison County 20-0 up in another part of the state. Good game outside of Virginia for those interested that follow high school football in the DMV area. Good Counsel and DeMatha deadlocked at 14. GW Danville leading Bassett 15-7. William Byrd leading Lord Botetourt 13-0 at the half. That could be a big surprise tonight. Bay Rivers District football back here in Tidewater. It's War Hill 14, Grafton 6. Floyd County leading Carroll County out in Southwest Virginia 7-6 at the break. Riverheads, which has won 7 straight state titles in Class 1 on top of Buffalo Gap, 21-6 at the break. Riverheads now competing in Class 2. Up in Richmond, Manchester leading Clover Hill 27-0. Strasburg on top of Luray 28-0. Back here in Tidewater, some more halftime scores for you. Lansdowne 18, Cox 14, as the Eagles try to respond after that loss to Kempsville last week. Pretty humbling one by 40-plus points. Western Branch clinging to a close 10-7 lead over Great Bridge at the half. Green Run leading Ocean Lakes 21-0 at the break. Green Run was just dismantling opponents in the Beach. Last week they were tied at 14 at the half with Bayside, then ended up doubling up the Marlins 28-14. Speaking of Bayside, they're scheduled for their homecoming tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Saturday, playing host to Kellum. And if you're a fan of Kellum out there, we caught up with Coach Brian Neese on our On the Hash with Hatfield podcast. It's up on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel on virginiapreps.com. I'll link up there as well to that. Go check it out. And Pocosin on top of Smithfield 13-0 at the half. Grassfield and Hickory tied at 7 at the half. Forest Park leading Garfield 2-0 at halftime in an unusual score that might resemble baseball, softball, or perhaps field hockey this time of year. Colonial Heights leading Prince George 18-7 in Richmond at the break. Hermitage on top of Glen Allen 10-3 at intermission. Granby continuing its excellent season as the Comets lead Churchland 14-7 at the half. In an Eastern District battle over there in Portsmouth. Turner Ashby undefeated this season on top of East Rockingham 41-0 at the half. Kettle Run leading Sharando 34-7 at the half. Goochland leading Western Albemarle 14-2 at the half. Catholic in a private school game cruising against Norfolk Christian 35-0. Oscar Smith 14, Deep Creek 7 at the half over in Chesapeake. Clark County on top of Page County 48-0 up in Berryville. If I'm seeing that score right, it's a wild one. Indian River now leading Nansemond over 31-21 at the half. Warwick on top of Woodside 38-0 at the break. Elsie Bird 9, Huguenot 6 at halftime. I have to check that Nansemond over Indian River score just to be sure, because Nansemond was in great command of that game. Looks like there's been a bunch of crazy scores in that game, and it has happened. Tyler Allison with 152 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, according to Jim McGrath up there on Twitter and X. A couple more scores for you. Maury on top of Booker T. Washington 31-0 at the break. That's the score list we've got from our man Pizza up there on the VirginiaPreps.com message board. I see people I left out. Tallwood on top of First Colonial 28-6 late in the first half. Phoebus 39, Gloucester 0. Just a smattering of scores coming in across the entire Commonwealth. Actually, it's 41-6 now. Tallwood on top of FC at the break. So a bunch of scores for you there. Some quick halftime scores we gave you there. And now we're going to give you some, as I see a young man from North Cross who's tuning in and watching, I think probably our broadcast, sending me an update on his recruitment, getting an offer. But some stats for you. At the half, for Atlantic Shores, which leads this game by a point, Mike Gallant, 7 of 16 unofficially passing for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns to Chris Higgins and Josh Sibley. Did get intercepted 3 times by the Blue Ridge defense, with Savion Camano, Elijah Taylor picking him off, as well as Isaac Dolo. Rushing for Atlantic Shores, Jack Weaver, 14 carries for 54 yards. As a team, 16 attempts for 50 yards. So 190 yards of offense. They converted 4th down for a touchdown. Actually did that once in the first half, and we saw Blue Ridge do that once in the first half with Darius Stafford on an 8-yard run on a 4th and 2 set up by the block punt by Talik Montgomery. Nathaniel McDonald has a blocked field goal and a fumble recovery. Unofficially, at least 8 or 9 tackles for Levi Belford. Total tackles, some assists in there to go with some solo stops. For Blue Ridge through the air, we've watched Noah Thomas Anderson come in and run the football, but 9 of 12 passing so far tonight through the air for Paul Kloberdans, the 6'1 sophomore who's found 5 different receivers, 161 yards through the air for him. Cameron Martin's been his main target with 75 yards receiving on 3 catches. DeMayo Hunter has 3 grabs for 73 yards. Rushing-wise, Malachi Terrell with 8 carries for 22 yards. Stafford has that TD run for 9 yards. So in terms of total offense, looking at for Blue Ridge, 207 yards of offense unofficially, but penalties a big story here. 10 flags for 95 yards, 2 infractions for 10 yards for Atlantic Shores, 3 turnovers for the Seahawks, 2 for Blue Ridge, 1 on interception, 1 on a fumble. All right, we'll step aside and hear from some more of our sponsors at the Flex, and we'll have the third quarter for you in just a little bit. Always comment, share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we appreciate you tuning in there all season long. We'll come back with more in just a bit.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not?
Randy Moss. Dan Marino? You alright? Hey, Grandpa! Grandpa? I still got it. 22. 22. Let's see. Hey. I need that senior discount. That's the game.
Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
And we're ready for the third quarter at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex with the Atlantic Shore Seahawks and the Blue Ridge Barons. Matt Hatfield here with you. We got Jack Lowe, our producer, engineer extraordinaire. Marissa on camera. Thanks to Garrett for getting us set up. Nick for troubleshooting. And Chuck for watching us wherever he's tuning in and giving us any pointers and feedback. And all you out there for communicating with us and chatting and tuning in. Big thanks to the fans. And look at Blue Ridge again with another big return. He could go all the way. Yes, he will. Will Chris Higgins catch him? No, he won't. Touchdown to open the second half by Darius Stafford. My goodness. He had the 52-yard kickoff return late in the first half. And this one, he was going to go all the way. Not going to be stopped this time. My goodness, like a bolt of lightning going on that sideline. They kicked it to him the first time, almost made him pay. This time he did make him pay. Just 14 seconds into the third quarter. "92 yards officially on that kickoff return, which he caught right at the 8. Just a couple yards away from the 10. And now Blue Ridge goes back in front. Special teams proven to be special in this game. We've had a blocked field goal. We've had a blocked punt. And now Blue Ridge going for a 2-point try. And they'll keep it and run it in, as that's going to be number 6, the quarterback, Paul Klobertons, getting it done for the 2-point conversion. So we'll quickly step aside. Blue Ridge 20, Atlantic Shores 13. How do the Seahawks respond? We'll find out.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
So Blue Ridge with 8 points in 14 seconds. That's good production right there for you. If you score 8 points every 14 seconds, you'll have a lot of points in basketball, and you will break the scoreboard in football. And they send it into the end zone with a touchback. And that's a good job by the Barons not to let Atlantic Shores get a chance. So Dylan Schloppy, who should have a field goal tonight, except a penalty by his mates, backed him up 5, and then he got blocked on the next try.
And the Seahawks will begin this drive first and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
And you can't underestimate that 2-point conversion by Paul Clobberduns. Really big. So Atlantic Shores will start its first possession of the half at their own 20. It's going to be a handoff. Getting some daylight is Jack Weaver, who will bring 2 Blue Ridge Barons tacklers with him forward, as it was Elijah Taylor as well as Case Mitchell, the freshman nose guard, stopping him eventually, but not before Weaver got a healthy gain of 23. You see the chance of let's go defense for Blue Ridge trying to get their troops fired up. And this time he goes to the left side, does Weaver, and he's not going to get anything. He'll lose a couple, in fact. Great job by Case Mitchell, that 5'6", 178-pound freshman nose guard. There's no way he's that small. He looks way bigger than that. I think the program's got him mislabeled in terms of height and weight. Jack would agree with me on that. There's no way he's 5'6", 178, 51. They're not doing him justice. Whoever put that on the roster. That's totally a misprint. Pass is batted down the line of scrimmage by, guess who? Corey Shorts, number 20. Fast off the edge is what Wayne Lance told me before the game, and you see why there. As now the first pass of the second half falls incomplete, and it could be trouble time for Atlantic Shores facing a 3rd and 11 from their own 42. Second-year head coach Clint Alexander trying to get a very satisfying comeback win here. They blanked Nansen Suffolk Academy 48-0 in the opener, then beat Hargrave Military 75-32. Fishburne Military from Waynesboro 49-12 before a 24-15 loss to North Cross on the 29th of September. That same North Cross team that handed Atlantic Shores its only loss to date. Here's Lance looking for Chris Higgins over the middle. Higgins makes a guy miss, can extend the play, and he'll get the first down as he dives forward. What a nifty play by Chris Higgins. Savion Kamano making the tackle, but that might be the biggest catch of the night for Higgins. I know he scored a touchdown earlier, but that kept the drive alive and stopped momentum, at least for the time being, for Blue Ridge as they get all the way up to the 47-yard line. Pickup of just 11 for Higgins, who's now over 100 yards receiving yet again. 151 yards passing for Lance, 102 yards receiving on 4 catches for Higgins, who's over 600 for the season. Wants to be on that leaderboard with Keelan Brody Adams of Green Run and Jamari Lumpkins from Hampton and a bunch of others. And there's a huge tackle. That's the boomstick on the Madden video game, right? By number 5 for Blue Ridge, Emilio Nabli, senior free safety. He got blown up on that one. As they lost 5 on that. Did Williams. Puts him in negative yards now, unfortunately, receiving-wise. Great job by the secondary players reading the formations, knowing their keys, being on top of things. Here's Lance going deep down the field. 2 defenders in coverage. And it's going to draw a pass interference penalty as they were able to see the action trip up. You saw, I think that was number 8 in coverage for Blue Ridge, Garrett Talkington, who's going to get a talking to. Trying to stop Corey Williams. And it is their 11th penalty of the night.
15-yard penalty. And a Seahawk first down.
It's one right there where you can't commit that flag, that penalty. It really gives Atlantic Shores more life here offensively. All the way up to the 37-yard line. If you wipe away the miscues, you feel like Blue Ridge would be up by 2 scores in this game as far as maybe 2 touchdowns. Been their own undoing at times. See big number 51 with that you would call almost like a club on his hand there, Case Mitchell. Low snap, the hand up to Weaver. Up the middle he goes. Multiple shirts, including Sheets and Larry Smith in on that stop. Weaver got about 5. Second and 5 from the 32 coming up. Weaver's closing in on 100 yards on the night. He's got 17 attempts for 81. Three down defensive lineman for Blue Ridge. Off the edge is Sheets coming from that right side. Lance is not going to escape the sack as Sheets is just going to yank him down. Corey Shorts, excuse me, not Sheets, Corey Shorts. Really showing off his juice he's got off the edge. Lance loses 12. That's a big negative play. Should be 3rd and 17. They did finally fix the marker from the Blue Ridge 44-yard line with under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Low snap again. Lance tosses it on the screen to Williams. And reading it well, it's going to be Talik Montgomery. Remember, he blocked the punt earlier. And Will, Corey Williams only going to get a couple. And it's going to be punting time for Atlantic Shores, and this is a very precarious situation here. Remember, they had the one blocked earlier. Got to get good blocking up front on it. Oh, a high snap. Nowhere to go with it. He's going to try to run forward, and Akong gets drilled, the big lineman, by number 51 for Blue Ridge defensive. That's Case Mitchell. So a high snap. Special teams hurting Atlantic Shores. They had the one blocked field goal. So they'll start at their own 43 with 6:54 to go in our 3rd quarter. Blue Ridge with pretty decent field position. It's their first offensive snap of the half. Remember, they had the 92-yard kickoff return by Stafford. Amazingly, Akong only, as that pass is going to be caught, they'll say. And we've got a flag on the field. That was hauled in by a Hunter, Tamayo Hunter. They wiped the flag off, so it's a 6-yard pickup for Hunter. Getting to the outside again with ease as Blue Ridge moves the sticks behind Cameron Martin. Now we're seeing more tempo as Cody Batts knocked him out. 7 yards on that play. Now up to 174 yards passing on 11 completions out of 4 attempts for Cloverdons. Quick pass in the flat, which was left uncovered. And they'll make the Seahawks pay as Williams has to just send Hunter out of bounds. We're seeing Hunter really give them trouble on the edges, as well as Martin on the other side outside. Up to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 22. Jazziel Hart from Northcross gave them fits, but we're watching the combination of Martin and Hunter with 189 yards receiving between them. And now here's Stafford. Flag might bring this back, though. I'm not sure this touchdown will stand. I think it's going to be a hold. And it does look like it's going to be a hole on that right side for Blue Ridge. That offensive line has been picking up its blocks a lot better here. So it's a hold that'll back them up to the 32. Here's the pass. Down the sideline. Well covered by Atlantic Shores as it's incomplete. Looked like that was Nick Rakes.
Second and 17.
Second and 17 from the 32. Quick screen's going to be caught. Looked like Williams brought down Elliot Nahan. But a 10-yard catch earlier in the half. Pickup of 7 to bring up 3rd and 9 now. Another quick hitter, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Barons of Blue Ridge. Guess who? Darius Stafford. Now, we do have potentially an injury on this play. And we'll check on that injured player. It's actually an 8-yard pickup for Nahan going back to the play before Stafford's 24-yard TD run. That will stand. While we have an injured Seahawks player down on the field and Wayne Lance goes to check on that young man, we'll take a quick timeout and hear from one of our sponsors here at the Sportsplex.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
So the injured player for Atlantic Shores coming off the field was number 4, Cody Batts. We love Jack Lowe here, but I just learned during our commercial break he's a Philadelphia Phillies fan. And folks that know me, I'm a diehard Arizona Diamondbacks fan. So we're not going to look at each other for the next 2 weeks with the NLCS about to start coming up on Monday. Game 1 in Philadelphia, where it will be a raucous atmosphere. But we're just going to hope to mow along as the underdog yet again. Done it once, done it twice, might as well do it 3 times. Extra point for the Barons of Blue Ridge will come from Dylan Schloppy after that touchdown run from Darius Stafford. Oh, it's a fake! And look who catches it. It's 15-12, and they get it done. Noah Thomas Anderson to the kicker, Dylan Schloppy. Nothing sloppy about that. They added the lead. 28-13 Barons, 4:59 to go in the third. All the momentum with the fellas from St. George, and we'll step aside and hear from Chicho's Pizza. Anderson, who came in earlier as the backup quarterback. They faked the PAT, and it's Dylan Schloppy scoring, catching it. How about the senior kicker saying, all right, I've got your Steve Spurrier trickeration right here. Bag of tricks. Pull it out. And the Barons, who trailed this game by a count of 13-12 at the half, they've scored 15 unanswered, courtesy of Stafford and Schloppy. Seahawks take the kickoff on a bounce. It's going to be Corey Williams, who's brought down by number 17 for Blue Ridge in Elijah Taylor at about the 30-yard line. They'll mark it. So in spite of 12 penalties for 120 yards, Blue Ridge has 15 unanswered here. And the Shores Seahawks need something good to happen for them to get back in this ballgame with all the momentum riding with the fellas from Central Virginia and Blue Ridge. Hand off to Jack Weaver. Can't get away from the big fella in the middle. Look at the monster in the middle, number 54. Eric Carroll Jr., all of 280 plus. Weaver got about 2 yards on that carry as he's inching closer to 100 on the night. Into the third quarter, Pocosin leads Smithfield 20-0 in the Bay Rivers, and Salem on top of Kempsville 13-7 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth period. Would be a huge win for Mark Hall Sun Devils there, dealing with some injuries. Handoff, it's going to be Weaver, who was once again munched and crunched. Sebastian Ribick. Weaver actually lost a couple on that. We got a timeout on the field here. Clock will keep rolling here for 3rd and 10. Lance is engulfed by the pass rush. Ball's loose. It's going to be an incomplete pass. So 4th and 10 now. And we've got an injury here on the field as it's Michael Lance, the quarterback, who is in some serious pain. And you certainly hope, keep our fingers crossed, it is not too serious. We're going to step aside while he is tended to right here at the Plex and come back with the rest of our third quarter. So Michael Lance, good to see that he is up and moving around okay, as he got hit pretty hard on that 3rd down incomplete pass. 10 of 21 through the air tonight, 148 yards. Atlantic Shores was up 13-12 at intermission. They now trail it 28-13. Punt by McDonald back there punting. They changed punters. It was a Kong. Now it's Nathaniel McDonald for Atlantic Shores. And you can see why they had the one blocked earlier and then the trouble with the last snap. And we'll keep it right here as Blue Ridge will take over with 3:02 to go in our third quarter. I'll tell you about one of our new sponsors at the Plex, and that's the Drip Bar, which specializes in IV vitamin therapy, IM shots, halotherapy, and hydrofacials. They take care of clients, provide an energy boost for athletes to supportive therapy for cancer patients. There's something for everyone at the Drip Bar. Also, many thanks to Gatorade, helping these athletes stay hydrated. Stay hydrated with Gatorade. We've watched Damian Lillard on our broadcast before. And you'll see him again as we move it along here. 3:02 to go in the third quarter. Blue Ridge has it at the 47 of Atlantic Shores, looking to chew some clock and run the football behind Darius Stafford, who's found the end zone not once, not twice. He's thinking 3 times. There's a flag on the play as he curls inside the 20 before tackled out at about the 16-yard line. He'll get some yardage, but it won't be the full 31 here. That kickoff to begin the second half really wrested momentum away from the Seahawks. And they have been unable to get it back in their favor. Looks like they're going to mark it from about the 35 to the 45. So he'll get 12 and a 10-yard hold. We'll bring him back. But how crucial has he been with Malachi Terrell? And the Cox Falcons, by the way, Malachi Terrell dinged up here with 18 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Cox with a touchdown to take the lead on Lansdowne. Extra point pending, 20-18. It'll be the third comeback with less than 3 minutes to go this year for the Falcons and Tyler Noe if they hold on. They beat Bayside and Salem in very similar dramatic fashion. They must have a rabbit's foot in the pocket or time to buy lotto tickets if you're Coach Noe. I mean, they could move to 5-2, and they could easily be 2-5 or 3-4. False start's going to back up the Barons 5 more. So 1st and 13, I guess it'll be. 14 flags for 135 yards. That's going to get under the skin of Clint Alexander and his coaching staff. They've pushed a lot of the right buttons, though, and made some subtle tweaks and adjustments. I like the insertion of Stafford. Here's a pass down the field looking for Martin, and he's got it as he hauls it in just in front of the defender, covering him And Nick rakes. Big catch for Cameron Martin. From the 50 to the 20, 30 yards for Martin. .233 yards through the air tonight for Paul Cloberdons. 6'1" sophomore triggerman. Cloberdons looks left, completes it to his receiver, slips away from a tackler, DeMaio Hunter. He's thinking about 6, little juke move at the end, and he'll get knocked out at about the 1-yard line. And DeMaio Hunter picks up 19 more yards receiving. 6 receptions for 120 yards for him tonight. Martin's got 5 catches for 112 yards. Those two are just slicing and dicing. 252 through the air for Cloberdons. This will be a quick drive for Blue Ridge. Little option pitch. It's going to be an errant one, but it goes out of bounds, so that avoids total disaster as Cloberdons will be hit with a 2-yard loss. Hand off to Stafford, up the middle, he'll go untouched. And he's picked up by one of his linemen, big 51 at right tackle for Blue Ridge. Picking him up. We'll shout those linemen here in a little bit. They've done a nice job. Case Mitchell at right tackle tonight, going both ways, also playing nose guard. So Stafford with a 3-yard TD run to go with his 24-yard TD run and his 92-yard kickoff return to begin the third quarter. He's got 3 touchdowns here in this period, as it has been all Blue Ridge. I see Indian River leading Nansemond River. I think it is now 38-31 with 3 minutes to go in the third. PAT's good. Blue Ridge 35. Seahawks of Atlantic Shores 13. 1:52 left in our third period. Now this from John's Tech Services.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
The Barons with 23 unanswered points this half thus far. They were down 13-12 at the half, but it's been the Darius Stafford show with some help from Paul Cloberdons. 15 of 19, 252 yards through the air, overcame the interception to end the half that was made by Chris Higgins. And then his receivers have really stepped up in a big way, in particular Cameron Martin and DeMaio Hunter. Hunter with 6 catches for 120 yards. Martin with 5 grabs for 112 yards, including that big touchdown earlier in the contest. And what about these offensive linemen from left to right working it for Blue Ridge tonight? We're talking about big 72, who I don't have a number for. We'll get him at some point, I'm sure. 56, the left guard, Eden Kogan. 55, Alexis Herrera. 58, the right guard, Luca Verlavote. 6'5", 245 is he. And 51, the right tackle, which is Case Mitchell. And 72 is for Blue Ridge. We have the official roster. I guess it's on their webpage. We'll work on that. Connor Horan. Oh, basketball kid. I remember him. 6'8", 270 from Fairfax. Began his high school career, if I'm not mistaken, at Chantilly High School. Big Connor Horan over there, anchoring that left side of the line. Like what those 5 guys up front have done this evening. Keeping the pocket clean for the QB1, wearing number 6, Paul Cloberdons. So Atlantic Shores, they've got a lot of work to do here with 1:46 to go in this third period. They have it 1st and 10 from their own 27. Low snap for Lance. He completes to Chris Higgins. Tries to make a man miss, but he's going to be gobbled up by the combo of Mitchell and Talik Montgomery, who has been a sneaky contributor tonight for the Blue Ridge defense.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
And the Seahawks lose a yard on that completion. A rare lost yard for Chris Higgins on his 5th catch of the night. Michael Lance does not see the blitz coming from the left side, as that was great pressure once again from Corey Shorts.
Michael Lance rushed by number 20, Corey Shorts.
3rd and 11 coming up from the
Leads to an incomplete pass.
26. A couple of finals are trickling in from around the state. Thomas Dale beats Meadowbrook 42-8, a Region 6A matchup of schools from Richmond, as Dale is now 7-0 before their trip to Patrick Henry of Ashland. Lafayette shutting out Tab 52-0 in the Bay Rivers. Cox is a winner 21-18 over Lancetown. Warwick shuts out Woodside 45-0. Salem has beaten Kempsville 13-7, and Jefferson Forest has shut out EC Glass 23-0 in what is a big surprise at Lynchburg. A couple of Class 4 schools which will shake up the Class 4 top 10 rankings. Interception along the sideline is made by Blue Ridge's defense. It's their 4th of the night, and this time it's number 33 with the pick. Isaac Dolo, his 2nd of the night for Dolo. And the 4th giveaway by the Atlantic Shores offense as things are starting to unravel just a bit. Big win tonight in Virginia Beach for Cox and for Salem, as Salem getting that win with Green Run on deck. They've got Kellum and Princess Anne to follow. That could be a win that propels them to the playoffs, and it puts teams like Indian River and Bayside and Kellum on thin ice in that tightening race for 5A postseason. Tallwood's looking in better shape if they do beat First Colonial, as they should tonight. They got Princess Anne on deck, then Green Run and Ocean Lakes. Dolphins could still be in that picture as well. They are struggling with Green Run tonight, but they got key ones with Bayside and Tallwood to follow. Nansemond River and Indian River are now tied at 38 after a 99-yard touchdown. Wild game out there in Suffolk tonight. I could say it's the Ed Young Bowl because he's working the gate, and he'll come in tomorrow morning on 757 Saturday Sports Talk and say he didn't see a second of it, which will just drive me absolutely insane. Because he was too busy working, too busy talking and running his mouth. That's really what it is. But I'm sure someone will tell him I said that. I'll say it to his face, so that's okay. Completion for Blue Ridge to number 11. That's Tristan Fitzpatrick. That's Fitzpatrick's 2nd catch of the night. Pick up a 5. $15 penalties for 140 yards for Blue Ridge, but the offense has been humming here in this half. There's Stafford, who's weaving his way through to about the 29-yard line.
Stafford on the carry. That will bring to the end of 3rd quarter of play. 12 minutes left in the game.
8 yards for Stafford. We've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. It's Blue Ridge 35, Atlantic Shores 13. Come on back for the 4th quarter conclusion on our streaming channel at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not?
Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You all right?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
22. 22.
Delay a game, number 13.
Let's see. Hey. I need that senior discount.
That's the game. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
On retirement, who'd be dumb enough to do that?
And we're back here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, ready for the fourth quarter with Blue Ridge on top of Atlantic Shores comfortably 35-13 in position to get that number 2 seed in VISAA Division II, where North Cross is the top seed. Atlantic Shores will probably drop to 3. I'm at the Warwick Raiders tonight, 45-0. They have now pitched a shutout in 7 straight games. Going to the end zone for a shot and a touchdown, and they're going to get it through the Barons. Touchdown, as it is Clobbertons finding DeMaio Hunter, and there is a celebration flag at the end, but I don't think they mind it. They've had a bunch of them tonight. And that's going to be a huge TD from 29 yards out to add to the totals here for the Blue Ridge Barons. .286 yards passing for Clobbertons, and a Hunter now with 149 yards receiving. .349 yards before that touchdown tonight for Blue Ridge. So the penalty is going to be enforced on the kickoff. Extra point try now for the Barons with Sloppy. Nope, it's going to be another fake. They throw it back to Sloppy, and I don't think this is going to be too good. That will be Sloppy. No good. So it's 41-13 Barons, 8 seconds into our fourth quarter. .29 unanswered points this half, even though that 2-point fake try was unsuccessful for Blue Ridge, which has now had 16 penalties for 155 yards. But the problem for Atlantic Shores is they've only got 147 yards passing tonight and just 7 yards after the half through the air. And their running game with Jack Weaver has 81 yards rushing on 19 attempts with him, but just 27 yards after halftime. So the Blue Ridge defense has really buckled down and tightened the screws. If you're wondering about the upcoming matchups for these teams, Atlantic Shores will be traveling to Fredericksburg Christian on October 21st. That's next Saturday for a 7 p.m. game. I'm not sure about the 27th with Fishburne because I do believe they might be done playing. And then Portsmouth Christian will be the regular season home finale here at the Sportsplex on November the 3rd. Meanwhile, for Blue Ridge, as far as their remaining schedule goes, is they're going to move to 5-1, barring a epic comeback for the ages. And we're just going to save that for Arizona beating Philadelphia in Game 1. We won't see that tonight, I don't think. I'll just say that. Anyways, next Saturday, a 2 o'clock matchup at home against Norfolk Academy up there in St. George. Then they have Fork Union on the 28th at 2 p.m. on a Saturday on the road, and then they finish up November 4th at home. It's going to be scooped up at the 26-yard line by Corey Williams. And he's going to get about 28 yards, and it'll be a 15-yard, I think, blow to the head, helmet-to-helmet penalty. So a nice little return of about 28 for Williams. Last regular season game for Blue Ridge will come November 4th, 2 p.m. at home against Fredericksburg Christian. The Norfolk Academy game will be a battle because at last check they were dominating NSA tonight. I'm sure we'll get a final on that in due time. Battlefield shuts out Gainesville up in Haymarket tonight. That 2-0 score with Garfield and Forest Park ended up as a 13-9 final for Garfield, the Red Wolves, who once were called the Indians, and Pulaski beating Blacksburg 69-13. It's now 5 minutes to go. Norfolk Academy leading Nansemond Suffolk 46-13 over in Norfolk. Meanwhile, War Hill leads Grafton 35-6 in the Bay Rivers with a little more than 9 minutes to go in that contest. And that's going to be a 15-yard flag on Blue Ridge. 17th flag tonight. Was told Green Run had 14 in the first half alone last week versus Bayside. There's been some alarming penalties. I had a game a couple years ago with Kings Fork Oscar Smith where Kings Fork had about 12 in the first half. It's a lot of flags, which I'm sure Blue Ridge will have to clean up, as it is not great to see. Handoff with Weaver. And he's going to continue to fight his way closer to 100 yards. He'll be stopped at about the 26.
8 of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, he might have got 8 actually on that. That looks like he got about 8. Although those down markers, it's hard to see. Might be about 7. Shotgun snap to Micah Lance. Looks for Chris Higgins, and it's going to draw a flag. Final Hayfield 24, Mount Vernon nothing. Essex leads Northumberland 46-35 with 7 minutes to go as Essex Trojan 1 has tweeted at me that score. Good matchup in Class 1 Northern Neck District matchup of high school football teams. We got to get Jack to a Northern Neck District football game. See how he enjoys the atmosphere and the ambiance there. So 1st and 10 at the 12.
Jack Weaver on the carry.
Weaver on the run.
8 of 5, 2nd and 5.
Got about 4 on that run. Final Maury 63, Booker T. Washington nada, as the Commodores continue to cruise. We'll give Weaver 5 on that. At about the 7 now, it's going to be incomplete.
Josh Singer, the intended receiver on the left-hand side.
How dominant has Maury been this year? They've outscored their opponents by a whopping margin of 391 to 84. Per game, that's basically 56 to 12. In the Eastern District, it's an average of 72 to 7. Different level, folks. We're like the San Francisco 49ers of high school football. It's tapped in the air and intercepted. Big 51. That's Case Mitchell, right? I think it is. He's going to shoot out a defender. He's going to lateral it. No, he's not. He's going to hold on to it. Probably a smart idea. And they love it. The 5th pick of the night for the the Blue Ridge, I almost said North Cross, defense.
Cedric Youngman on the interception.
Now we're told it's Cedric Youngman. I thought that was 51.
Turns the ball into Seahawks territory. It's a flag after the play.
Let's check that Blue Ridge roster if it is Cedric Youngman or Case Mitchell. I've been probably getting the wrong guy all night long. And there's no 51 on that roster officially. It could be Cedric Youngman, though. I might have been calling Cedric Youngman Case Mitchell the entire evening. The PA announcer here is saying it's Cedric Youngman.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, 15-yard penalty.
Another 15-yard penalty. So that's 18 for 185 yards on Blue Ridge tonight. They are going for the penalty record. Low snap. Starting QB remains in for Blue Ridge. Going to launch it down the field. Incomplete. Intended for Cameron Martin as Paul Cloberdons couldn't connect with his target there. It's just his, I think, 5th incompletion of the night. One of those passes was intercepted. Lake Taylor on top of Manor, 42-21 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Quick toss to the outside. It's going to move the sticks again. And that was Mahan that time. $11 for Mahan. They gain 2 on the run play as they give it back to Stafford. Quick toss to the flat area. It's going to be caught by Big 88, Leonardo Figueroa Torres, I should say, excuse me. He's going to get 9 on the pass. $19 of 24 for 306 yards passing for Paul Cloberdons. That's called a very efficient, good fantasy football night. Hand off to Stafford. He's going to cut. Up the middle. Gain of about 8 for Stafford. Weaver and Akong with the tackle. Bring up 2nd and 2 from the 31. As we're about to tick under 8 minutes to go in this game. Low snap, handoff to Stafford. And he's going to get brought down by Atlantic Shores' number 72. And that, of course, is Patrick Linton. No yards on that carry. So 3rd and 2 coming up. As Coach Alexander is looking to run the clock out here, he can probably make it a running clock margin with 1 more touchdown and a successful PAT. Down the field, it's easy catch, beating Higgins over the top as they're able to connect with Martin. Paul Cloberdons finds Cam Martin for his 6th catch of the night. And that one is going to be enough for the 31-yard TD. $337 yards passing. And here comes the extra point. Got to make this for a running clock. We'll take a timeout. 48-13 Barons all over the Seahawks here with 36 unanswered in the second half.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
Hard to believe we now have a running clock margin here at the Sportsplex after Atlantic Shores led this ball game 13-12 at the half. Blue Ridge also has been flagged for 18 penalties for 185 yards. Booted away. Fielded about the 18 by Chris Higgins. Can he go 82 yards? He's trying to race on the sideline with the running clock going, but he's going to get tackled at about the 47, so it'll be about a 35-yard return thereabouts. Final score in a matchup of TCIS teams, Catholic. The Crusaders, a winner over the Ambassadors of Norfolk Christian by a score of 41-8. Catholic prevailing tonight. And it is a final from the island tonight. Pocosin 20, Smithfield 7, thanks to SH Packers win on Twitter, or X as it's now called. It's still Twitter to me. You still type in the URL Twitter and it comes up. Run play with Jack Weaver. He's going to try to truck a defender, but that's not going to work, although he'll get some good yardage on it, some good real estate. It's the fourth straight win for Elliott Duty's Islanders of Pocosin before they travel to New Kent next week. Another final, War Hill has prevailed over Grafton tonight, 35-6, as Jerome Rhodes' team remains unbeaten. And it's good to know that coming on the Hash with Hatfield podcast did not jinx him last week as they rallied to beat Lafayette. And they're now 7-0 on the season before their trip to Smithfield to go see Pat Doolin and company, the Packers. Remember, you come on the Hash with Hatfield, you stay unbeaten. You come on with Hatfield and Ed Young, I can't promise you win. First Colonial has not won since then, just to show you good proof. They were 2-0, and they've been getting goose egg L's ever since. Lamort Smith, don't get mad at me, get mad at Ed Young. So Jack Weaver got to the 40 on a run. Then he gets to the 36 with a run. And it started at the 47. So that's 11 yards on 2 carries. Up to 104 yards tonight. Elijah Taylor finally tackles Weaver, but not until he gets inside the 25 at about the 23. 13 more yards for Weaver, who will have a hard-earned 117 yards on 24 attempts as we hit under 5 minutes to go in this matchup. It's winding down from the Plex tonight. Not sure that's going to go anywhere on that run play. Weaver they're going to give him about 4 to 5 yards on that run. Lance looking for Chris Higgins, who's going to make the catch inside the 5 at about the 2. Now, if they score, the running clock will come off, which will bother some people. We're not sure if that is accurate, but it does appear that Great Bridge has gone up on Jack Lowe's Western Branch Bruins 23-22. Listen, Jack, I have to tell you, in life, there's a lot of disappointment. You might have that come Monday night. We certainly hope you have that come Monday night. We don't hope you have it for your Bruins, but we hope you have it Monday night when the D-backs travel to Philadelphia to take on the Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Realmuto, and those Philly Fanatics. Up the middle, the Seahawks are big fanatics of Jack Weaver, who finds the end zone with 3:16 to go, and the clock is still ticking. We won't tell him to stop it. It does stop at 3:13, though, after Weaver nudges his way through for a TD. I'm talking about baseball in these games. I'm talking about your favorite Halloween candy on Field Hockey yesterday. I'm all over the place. Doug Pereira's York Falcons are on the winning column tonight with a 24-17 triumph over the New Kent Trojans. Blue Smoke, we call Doug Pereira, our good buddy. There's a reason we call him Blue Smoke. It's an affectionate term because once upon a time, one of the most mild-mannered people was asked to come out of his house with blue smoke like he was coming out of a wrestling intro, get in his truck and drive away, and it's one of the favorite videos of all time for me and Coach Young. So we always kid Doug about that. We always love him because he's a really good professional guy and one of the better coaches around. I'm doing it a long time over there at York High School in the Bay Rivers. Here's a two-point try for Micah Lance out of the reach of Jack Weaver. So with 3:13 to go, we'll probably take our final timeout of the night. Our game's brought to you tonight by Chicho's Pizza, and you can now hear from Chicho's. Oh, we're doing the, what is it, Cotton Eye Joe, whatever this song is called? I don't know. I don't even know how to sing it or the lyrics or any of that. So, I mean, if I try, it'll be bad. But the cheerleaders are having a good time. The band, the fans, everybody is. Unfortunately for Atlantic Shores, their fans not too pleased with the score right now. But Blue Ridge, they're loving it behind DeMaio Hunter, who's thinking about a kick return for a score to the 40, the 30. He's got a couple blockers. Will he follow him all the way to the end zone? He'll cut inside and take it back to the house. Second kickoff return this half to pay dirt for the Blue Ridge Barons as DeMaio Hunter goes the distance. So like we said, the running clock was off for now. It was off for 13 seconds, and now it's going to be running again because Blue Ridge has found the end zone. And regardless of the PAT here with a 35-point margin, running clock will be back on here in moments. Hunter actually scooped it up at the 14-yard line, so it's an 86-yard return. Love the replays that we can go back to. And that's the great thing about watching on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. You can go back and see where someone scored and how it happened. Archive it, like it, share, and subscribe at the Sportsplex. 55-19 Blue Ridge. Oh, I did tell one fib tonight. I'm going to call it a lie. We've got one more commercial. Blue Ridge 50, 5, Atlantic Shores 19 with 2:56 to go after DeMaio Hunter's 84-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as it's going to book in special team scores. They had a 92-yard kickoff return to begin the second half, courtesy of Darius Stafford. It's a final in Chesapeake in the Southeastern District as Joe Jones's Grassfield Grizzlies have defeated the Hickory Hawks by a count tonight of 21-14. So they now on the season are up to 3-4. The Hawks of Hickory end up dropping that game to drop to 1-6, their sixth straight loss. Little pooch kick as it'll be fielded by, looks like that is Higgy, a.k.a. Napoleon Dynamite. Chris Higgins, he's thinking about going all the way. He's going to try to rip away from a tackler. He'll get stopped at about the 50. Joe Jones is old school. The head coach at Grassfield is Lakeland, and they trail Kings Fork by a score of 84-6 with 6:50 to play, and that one has a running clock like this one does too. But we don't have 80 points on the board. We have a total of 74 on the board. And for some reason there, the running clock is now started. Okay, they spotted the ball and we're off and running. Tallwood has beaten First Colonial tonight 41-14 as John Keppel's Lions respond from that tough loss they had to Kellum last week, 28-26. Tallwood now 4-3 on the year. FC unfortunately dropping their 5th in a row, which again all started because of Coach Young, not me. And Indian River leads Nansman by a count of 45-38 with 3:17 to go as Malachi Hitton starts off for an 82-yard touchdown run for the Braves as Brandon Carr's team is going to try to recover from the tough, heartbreaking losses in double overtime to Kings Fork and by 6 last week on the final play to Oscar Smith, where Travis Johnson hauled in a touchdown pass on the final play from freshman quarterback Lonnie Andrews III, and he was our Chicho's Pizza 757 Football Player of the Week was the sophomore wideout Travis Johnson, who's got about 8+ offers already. Jack is feverishly refreshing over here the Western Branch Great Bridge score, hoping for positive news for the Bruins, the reigning Region 6A champs, who could be in jeopardy of missing the postseason, where you've got the top seeds right now out of Richmond, Thomas Dale and Highland Springs, which won the Class 5 state championship last year, and Manchester, Glen Allen and Oscar Smith up there as well. Have not seen an Oscar Smith update in a while. I'm not sure what they're up to against Deep Creek, by the way. And then Grassfield helped themselves tonight with a big win. They still got to play Western Branch. 50-yard line is where the Seahawks have it. Hand off to Jack Weaver. It's going to be tackled by a couple of Barons, one of which is Savion Camano. And Weaver gets 2 on that run. Up to 125 yards tonight. Oscar Smith all over Deep Creek tonight, 35-7. So Deep Creek's playoff hopes in 5A are not dashed, but they take a hit here. Good news for Andre Twine's team is they have some potentially winnable games with Great Bridge and Lakeland, but they have Kings Fork still on the schedule October 27th. Lance from the 48's going deep for Chris Higgins, and it's going to be almost picked. It would have been the 6th INT of the night.
Michael Lance's pass intended for Chris Higgins falls incomplete. 3rd and 8.
1:15 to go. I want to thank our entire team from Marissa on camera tonight to Jack on graphics and producing. Troubleshooting from Nick out there. Garrett getting us set. Chuck back in the offices. It's been a lot of fun here as we tick under a minute to go with the running clock in effect this evening. And we're about to have a final in this matchup. Going to be incomplete for Micah Lance. 12 of 29 for 164 yards unofficially here.
Pass falls incomplete. 4th and 8.
Higgins makes the catch. Going to race past a couple defenders and be tackled at about the 4-yard line. So a 46-yard completion to end the night for Chris Higgins to give him 164 yards. And it gives Micah Lance now 210 yards. Final score, Blue Ridge 55, Atlantic Shores 19. One more final as we sign off tonight. Lake Taylor beat Manor 49-21. So again, it's been a lot of fun. We'll be back here in November with the home finale for Atlantic Shores against Portsmouth Christian. The Blue Ridge Barons moved to 5-1. The Seahawks of Atlantic Shores dropped to 5-2. I want to thank all of our sponsors, including our title sponsor, Chicho's Pizza, and all those making it possible here from Virginia Beach. This is Matt Hatfield signing off from the Sportsplex. The Blue Ridge Barons victorious 55-19 over the Seahawks of Atlantic Shores, and you watched it all right here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex website, beachsportsplex.com, and the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We say good night from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Have a safe weekend, everyone.
Jeffrey gets the snap, looking right. Going to throw a bomb to Jordan Cooper. Can he make up for it? Yes, he does.
See Maziel. Drops back. Short pass out to his left. Cards. Maziel fakes the handoff. Looking deep to the end zone. Touchdown!
Beach Sportsplex is presented by Doubletree of Hilton. There goes Curtis Green. Green on his way to the 30. Action, looking to throw it deep. Lays it out there, looking for Gillum. Pass is caught.